Poetry is also a reflection to whatever you're saying. It's a reflection of your soul, it's a reflection of the society. It's basically holding a mirror against yourself and the world and expressing what you want to say.
Our story began around 2.5 years ago when I met Vidya on an open mic. We were all performing there for the first time. Me, Vidya, and Roshni was also there as well. Roshni was the first one to perform among the three of us. And after her performance, I performed for the very first time in my life. And Vidya also performed there for the first time, I guess.
Yeah.
So after that point, I approached Vidya. I complimented her for amazing poetry which she performed that day. We socialized, we went on a walk, we started talking, socializing over the common things which we had, and the most amazing common thing which we had was our love for poetry. After that day, I socialized and connected with Roshni on Instagram, and we started talking about that there aren't much safe spaces here in Chennai for people like us to come and socialize, meet like-minded people just like us. And that's when we decided, I was just talking to Vidya about the same thing, that there aren't much spaces like this and that we love poetry and that we should do something about it. And the very next day, we decided to do something about it. We created a WhatsApp group and we created a community of around 25 members when we started out. And that's where the idea of Projects Prodets began, on that very first day when we all performed for the very first time in our lives.
Projects Prodets is a poetry community in Chennai, India. And what we do is we basically help curate events and content for artists out here in Chennai. We have recently started a YouTube channel, we have open mics. We're just trying to create a fun space for everybody to come together and just have fun with like-minded people and really relax and be themselves, to have that creative freedom.
We want to create a poetry space exclusively for poets in and around Chennai and India, and we wanted to achieve by creating a safe space wherein people can be non-judgmental, inclusive, and talk their heart out about whatever they want and whenever they want. So we conduct like open mics and stuff where it's a very safe space and people feel in their own element.
We're sort of like a family. We're always interconnected, always speaking to each other, and honestly just getting inspired by each other. We started with open mics and activity nights where we play poetry games. We try to bring awareness to other types and forms of poetry and also the devices, and sort of have like an element of education for people. We recently started our YouTube channel and we're so excited to finally give our poets a platform to be able to put out their poetry.
Poetry, as Wordsworth stated, is a spontaneous overflow of emotions, and I think poetry is a true testament to that. Whatever I write, it's basically my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences, and almost day-to-day activities. Even from the smallest shell I find in the beach to the biggest statues I look at and gaze at, I write about them. So poetry can be about anything and everything at once. Poetry is also a reflection to whatever you're saying. It's a reflection of your soul, it's a reflection of the society. It's basically holding a mirror against yourself and the world and expressing what you want to say.
We realized that we never pictured or imagined ourselves collaborating with artists from Birmingham, and that was when we really feel that yes, art is global, that we connect to a whole different world out there.